Forget Moody's analytics, forget all the forecast models, forget the economy, the incumbent advantage. We don't need any of that to know that Trump is going to win. You know why? Because Cardi B and Chance the Rapper said so. And as we know, celebrities can do no wrong. They know everything. They are perfect people. And if the celebrities are coming out saying Trump is going to win, then you know Trump is going to win. I'm kidding. But Chance the Rapper and Cardi B did literally just say Trump is going to win. That is actually important. Now, joking aside, right, we can talk about Moody's analytics, which is like historically accurate, Trump, the economy, incumbent, all that stuff. Yeah. Put it all aside. Here's the thing. Celebrities have tremendous influence. They can see something that a lot of people don't see. They're not perfect. They're not special. Like, they're not, well, I don't want to say they're not special. I mean, clearly they've become celebrity in some capacity. But they do have influence. So think about all of their friends. When they have an idea and they go on TV and they say that idea, hundreds of millions of people around the world hear that idea and they can spread it around. When they start talking about Trump winning and they know he's going to win, I can only imagine their circle of other celebrities and influencers are hearing the same thing, and no one has confidence the Democrats are actually going to take it. So I know I was kidding in the beginning, but I do think hearing from these celebrities that even though they like Bernie Sanders, Trump's got this one in the bag, they're kind of demoralized on Democrats. It says to me that that actually is a good predictor that Trump has this. Let's read this story from The Guardian. Before we get started, head over to timcast.com/donate if you'd like to support my work or just share this video. Seriously, if everybody who watched this video shared it, I wouldn't need to worry about any support at all because I would have infinite views. So sharing really does help. Let's read. They say, Cardi B fears Trump will win in 2020. Nobody's saying they love a Democrat. Well, I've got some counterpoints that I talked about my main channel, but we'll get to it. Rapper praises Bernie Sanders as really passionate, a person that cares, but says Trump's base will tip scales in his favor. Before the Democratic debate on Tuesday night, Cardi B expressed doubt that any of the Democratic presidential candidates have what it takes to beat Donald Trump next year. Now stop. Cardi B is a big fan of Bernie Sanders. She's got this video right here with Bernie where they're doing like, today Cardi B and I finally met from Bernie Sanders. Here's the thing. I'm a big fan of Tulsi Gabbard, okay? And yes, people are shocked when they're like, oh my God, but Tulsi's a progressive with a bunch of far left policy ideas. And it's like, I don't agree with all of them. But it's not just about whether or not I agree or disagree on certain policy issues. When it comes to Tulsi, I think she's willing to listen and willing to compromise like a good leader. Compromise isn't always the right thing to do, but Tulsi seems to be willing to reach out, go on Fox News and do those things. There's a lot of complicated factors in this, but I do agree with a lot of the important details. War is bad. Private prisons are bad. War on drugs bad. All that stuff. Now here's the thing. I know. Tulsi's not going to win, man. The establishment hates her. They smear her. They are punishing her for turning on Hillary, for not supporting Hillary Clinton. I get it. We're always, me and some other personalities, I don't want to name them, but there's some really great left-wing personalities that have mutual respect from many on the left and the right. I know our candidates will always, we're purists, man. We're always going to want to go for these Democrats that stand tall and push back on the establishment. But too many establishment Democrats will just pony up to whatever's offered by the party. Nah, I don't play that game. I know Bill Maher talks about it. Nah. So here's the thing. I'm willing to admit that. And now we're seeing from Cardi B that even though Bernie Sanders has this massive wave of support, even Cardi B is a big Bernie supporter saying she doesn't think he's going to win. I think it's time we all got realistic and just got ready for another 4 years of Trump from 2020. Like, it's just reality, right? So let's read. In an appearance alongside Chance the Rapper on T.I.'s podcast Expeditiously with Tip, she worried that no 2020 candidate had risen above the pack and suggested Trump's base was too entrenched to be beaten. Chance said, I think Trump is going to win again at the next election because he's got the bigger base. Done. We're done. That's it. Chance the Rapper said so. And who knows better than him? I'm not trying to be like, I'm being somewhat facetious, but I do think the guy's probably, like, seriously, man, Chance and Cardi and T.I., they probably see this big influential sector in Hollywood and in LA, and they're seeing there's no strong support for Democrats. There's no like tsunami or grassroots wave coming. So I really do think they know something. Cardi agreed. I really hate to say it, but sometimes I do believe that Trump will be winning just because every single time I don't see nobody saying they love a Democratic candidate. There's no candidate that people are saying, like, we want them to win. But Bernie is an independent who is the socialist that regular Americans don't like. Cardi has been an enthusiastic supporter of Bernie Sanders and praised him on the podcast as really a person that cares. But her comments come as something of a surprise. This summer, she sat down for an interview with Sanders as part... Wait, but her comments come as a surprise. Why? Oh, that she thinks he's going to lose. Yeah. This summer, she sat down with Bernie Sanders for an interview as part of an effort to encourage young people to vote, whether or not that works. On the podcast, Cardi said she believed many of Trump's supporters had fallen for his hateful rhetoric and voted for him despite it not being in their best interest. Dude, the economy is better than ever, man. You know what I would say, foreign policy-wise? Yeah, let's be real. What Donald Trump, what Hillary Clinton, what all of these people have done in foreign policy has been in Americans' interest. You got to accept that. It is bad things that we do overseas when people lose their lives, but in the end, we get that sweet, sweet crude. Isn't that what it's all about? So yeah, it is in our interest if we're willing to sacrifice our morals for a horrifying foreign policy of just dropping bombs. And now we're going to be keeping troops in Syria because we got to protect the oil. Isn't that how it's always been? Now listen, I get it. I get it more than you know. I've been overseas. I've been to a lot of these places. I've read about this stuff. There's a concern that if we pull out of these areas, then China and Russia move in. You know what? It is tough. But for me, it comes down to the morality of taking action in violation of another person's rights. So why are we in these foreign countries? Look, the reality is everything Trump says, it really is in the benefit, in the interest of Americans. That's just reality. Not all of it. Come on, that'd be ridiculous, but most of it. So no, you're just reading fake news, man. That's the thing. They read all this really anti-Trump stuff. They believe everything's awful. Look at this story. I love. I'm going to keep this story ready for citation for every video. If you watch Fox News, you think the economy is great. If you watch MSNBC, not so much. And you know what that means? The economy is great. Even Moody's is saying it. If you watch MSNBC, you're getting fake news. And you're living in a fake reality. And she's shocked people support the president. I'm not shocked in the least bit. Okay? Our weapons deal in Saudi Arabia was great cash for this country. It's good for the economy. I get it. I hate it, but I get it. It is in the interest of Americans to have this foreign policy. You know, people, I don't know what she thinks is going on when they read this fake news, but Trump is a nationalist. Trump wants Americans to do better. Trump doesn't care about your race. Trump wants Americans to do better. That's what people can't seem to understand. These people who think everything is about race are the racists, in my opinion. Is Trump, I'll put it this way, is Trump racist? Based on the definition that everybody to varying degrees is racist, yes. But there was one guy I met at the art showing for Shia LaBeouf who said to me, he told me, is a black dude, that Trump is the least racist president the U.S. has ever had, except for maybe Obama. And I said, whoa, the least racist? And he's like, yeah, come on. Everybody's got prejudice. You know, everybody's a little racist. And Trump is the least racist we've ever had. And I said, yeah, but come on, the least? And then he was like, dude, presidents own slaves. And I started laughing. And this dude was a lefty. And I was like, yeah. He's like, so listen, man, talk about the bad thing Trump does when he does them. Talk about things you think would be racist, but recognize it used to be so much worse. We're doing good. And I was like, that was actually a really profound moment for me. You know, I was like, damn, that's really smart, actually. It's a good point. You know, Trump's not perfect. Trump has his prejudices. Of course he does. Trump has said stupid things. I get it, man. And are we doing better? Dude, Obama had so many scandals and so many bad things. I don't know what to tell you, man. I can't weigh Trump versus Obama because of their character. I don't like Trump's character. I liked Obama's character, but Obama was so bad. Fast and Furious, man. You know, I'm not surprised we're seeing people finally give up and give in and say, here, let me read this, because, you know, I get wrapped up. She said, every single time he always talks about how he wants to take away Medicare and stuff like that. A poor white man that's getting Medicare is not even caring that he's saying that. He just cares that he hates Mexicans and he wants to get rid of them. You see, fake news. Fake news, dude. If you watch MSNBC, you believe the most outrageous and insane fake news. You know, Donald Trump wants to he wants to deport people who are not citizens of this country because Donald Trump cares about the community that is this country. I think Donald Trump has got attitude issues. I think Donald Trump is desperate for love and affection, which leads him to taking populist positions and favoring whichever mass is larger. I think there's a lot of things to criticize Trump for. But this idea that he's overtly racist when everyone loved him before he ran for office, it's just so ridiculous to me. Trump did not say all Mexicans. He made a crude comment about when Mexico sends their people, they're not sending their best. Not a big fan. Think he could have articulated that a lot better. I think I get what he's trying to say, but Trump does this all the time, and it's one of the most frustrating things. He'll be talking, and he goes off script, and then he says something that's kind of weird, and you're like, wait, what? And then the left seizes on it to just try and screech at him. And the problem I have with this is, bro, I get what you're trying to say, Trump. Please write it down. Because when you say it's whatever, I want to rant about this. I try to avoid devolving into Orange Man bad takes because it always happens. And it's funny because I have to sprinkle in a little bit. Otherwise, people scream that I'm defending the president. It's like, dude, no, I'm not. I'm just, people comment on my videos like Tim has TDS. No, I don't. It's so ridiculous. The idea that I just simply don't like a president doesn't mean I'm deranged. Many people are deranged and hate literally everything Trump does. Hey, Trump just had a historical moment in Syria. Credit where credit is due. Huge victory win for the president. I think his presentation after the fact was 6 to 7 out of 10. Like, he came out really strong. It sounded really great. And then kind of trailed off near the end. I have no problem saying, oh, the president did something good. Well, there you go. Congratulations. This was on your watch. You deserve credit for it. People with TDS are screeching at the top of their lungs right now that Trump praised Russia. And it's like, dude, listen, man, in the real world, there are good things about people and bad things about people. There are politicians I don't like, but it's whatever, a good example of somebody that I really disagree with, but actually really like as a person would be Dan Crenshaw. Like, the dude seems like such a calm, straight shooter type who's trying to do good and he's principled. And I just disagree with him on a lot of things. And disagree is kind of a weak word in my opinion. I think we have fundamental differences in how we perceive the world and what we think should or shouldn't be. That's the big challenge, right? Somebody who says we got to have this kind of system and that, and I say, whoa, I wouldn't want to live that way. What do? Man, we compromise. That's the thing. So in the end, the celebrities are starting to get it, but they still live in this weird Wally world of fake news, and it's a shame. But hey, man, I really do think it's fair to say that when celebrities are pointing out within their own circles, they're not hearing any favor for the Democrats. Man, Trump's going to win, and he's going to landslide. We'll see, though. Thanks for hanging out. Stick around. Next segment will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Podcast 6:30 every day, and I will see you all then.